Hello student, in this video I am going to discuss about visual effects, or we literally say it as VFX. It's a actually byproduct of animation. Visual effects are the various processes by which imagery is created or manipulated outside the context of a live action shot. Visual effects involve the integration of live action footage and generated imagery to create environments which look realistic, which is impossible to capture on film. Visual effects can be categorized into composting, matte painting, animation, lighting, texture, rigging. So, in lots of areas nowadays, visual effects are applied, and actually, it is more widely used in case of film. Actually, some scenarios, some actions, some things might not be possible, and to capture it through the camera. So, what people does is that they try to create an environment where they try to create the scene they want to show to the audience by mixing the live action footage and with the generated imagery, and combining them both to create the actual effects that intended to show to the users. So it is application of computer graphics to create images, in case of art, in case of printed media, in case of video games, films, television programs, commercials, and other simulators. Also, in case of various like defense applications, in suppose space applications, in suppose agricultural based applications, also VFX might be used. Visual scenes may be dynamic or static, and may be two-dimensional also. Though the term CGI is most commonly used to refer to 3D computer graphics used for creating scenes or special effects in films and televisions. Computer graphics software is used to make computer-generated imagery for films, professional grade films, games, and fine art from their home computers. Like you can see, this is one thing you have seen, which is very popular in case of Iron Man. You are seeing this thing. So this whole model can be created using the various tools available in the market. Uh, so to create that model, to create that Iron Man model, we need to use various computer graphics techniques and animation techniques. So first part, one important part in case of visual effects is that composting. It is the combining of visual elements from separate sources in the single image, often to create the illusions that all those elements are parts of the same scene. Composting is taking a real life elements with computer generated element and putting them together so they seem like they were shot together. Live action shooting for composting is variously called chroma key, or we can say blue screen, green screen, and other names. So actually, suppose this is an example where two images has been mixed to create another image. This is a 2D part. So actually, we try to do this kind of thing in many times through Photoshop. So we can, that is also one part of visual effect. Not only in 3D but also in 2D also we can create the visual effects. So chroma keying is a technique used for combining two frames or images by replacing a color. It is often used in film industry to replace a scene's background by using blue or green screen as the initial background and placing the actor in the foreground. Chroma key is also known as color keying and color separation overlay. It is also commonly called blue screen or green screen. Suppose you have seen in many video of film shooting or any video of how the movie is making. In those type of videos you have seen that in the back of the character there would be a green screen or green like green cloth or green plastic, like that would be green material. Screen would be at the back of the characters. So that is created in that way the actual scene or imaginary scene can be placed behind that character to create the visual effect. So why use only green and blue color? Key tool works with other colors, but blue and green work the best because digital images use red, green, blue channels to make up the image. Red is not very good because actors' skin tones often have a lot of red. In the composting software such as Adobe After Effects or the Foundry Nuke or many others, there is a tool called Key. What this does is tells the computer all the pixel that is this kind of green or blue should be treated as transparent. So in using the green and blue color, you can make it transparent. And as we are using RGB model, so having green or blue would be sufficient. But if you go for red, sometimes it might create some problem because many times the skin color might be lots of components of skin's color might be red. So that is why green or blue color is chosen to be put as a screen behind the characters. So the keying tool will find all pixels that is the same kind of green and then treat those pixels as transparent. Like here you can see two characters placed in front of a green screen, and we can make it transparent. The green screen can be treated as transparent, and after that using some other imagery techniques or imagery photos or other animation photos or models behind of that character, behind of those character, we can create the necessary scene. And also second point is that motion tracking. When you import a file to other After Effects, your computer has no idea what is going on in the footage. It has no concept of motion direction unless you define these things. So what motion tracking does is follow the points that you designate through the tracking tools and extrapolate the motion of that point across the time that the points is in view. You can track the position, scale and rotation. So sometimes suppose we have seen in the lab one video I have posted in case of lab about animation. So where we try we are moving some things, and then those moving of things can be manipulated. The moving of things can be created using some computer aided formula or tracking devices, or like other options like scaling or rotation, like that. When you import suppose a file to other After Effects, your computer has no idea what is going on in the footage. So it has no concept of motion direction unless you define these things. So you need to define the motion. So suppose some ball or a ball is falling from some suppose 10th floor building to the ground. Then if the ball does not have any weight, if you don't provide any weight to the ball, then a computer will not understand or that we are going to fall, or your intention is to throw the ball down. But if you give some weight to the ball without giving any movement also, computer will understand, or you can make the computer understand that having the weight without any support, the ball will fall. So in that way, providing the situations, providing the mathematical application or mathematical equation or mathematical measurements or like that, like other thing also like scaling, rotation, you can give some motion to the objects you are going to show in the scene. Like here one example is that person is using various sensors to create that motion. So there are various software used in case of VFX or visual effects. Like you can see here lots of software mentioned here, like Autodesk Max, Autodesk Maya, After Effects, New, Blender, Mocha, Cinema 4D, Cloud, City Engine, V-Ray, RealFlow, MicroStation, Lightwave 3D, Zelato, DX Studio, Wi-Fi, etc. And also there are lots of sense in the world IT market. IT market means information technology market. The old IT market relied on hardware and software technology. Today, with advent of new media, the industry is centered to digital content such as films, music, games, and so much more. So present, you can see here is that present software-based IT technology, portable electronic devices produces a new need of new software and hardware. And also future digital content will be like, we will evolve into industry centered on films, animation, and games. Past is that hardware based IT technology, conventional technology developed for hardware systems only. So there is lots of changes occurring, and we are going through lots of transition phases in case of information technology also. And actually we believe that, and people believe that in the future will be based on, centered on films, animation, and games, or like virtual reality, or like that. So driving force of digital content is actually, you can see, computer graphics. Whether you are going for movie industry, whether you are going for music publication industry, whether you are going for game industry, whether you are going for broadcasting in advertising industry, computer graphics is associated with it. Amazing visual effects are possible with this technology. Advancement in movies, television, advertising, music, games, and much more. And also you can see here in the statistics, uh, throughout the years the number of films using the VFX is increasing. So this is one context you can understand what is the importance of visual effects and what is the importance of computer graphics. So try to go through various literatures exist in literature field, in the research field. If you find any difficulty, also let me know. That's it. If you want to add more, also if you want to share anything, then also let me know. We'll try to resolve those things over Google Meet. Thank you.